A lot of people picture crypto loss like a vault getting cracked, but many losses happen with the vault still locked. The system didn't break. The person holding the keys simply opened the door. When you're new to crypto, it's reasonable to think the biggest risk is technical. A hacker breaks into a wallet, a blockchain gets compromised, some kind of clever exploit happens behind the scenes. That picture feels believable because it matches how movies and headlines describe hacking. Something complex, invisible, and unstoppable. If that's what you think is coming, you'll spend your energy trying to defend against the wrong thing. This video is a reality check about what often happens instead. Many crypto losses don't come from someone breaking the system. They come from someone convincing a normal person to do a normal thing at the wrong time, on the wrong screen, with the wrong trust. If you ask a beginner what they're afraid of, they'll often describe a technical attack. Someone guesses the password, someone breaks encryption, someone gets into the wallet the way a burglar gets into a house. That fear makes sense because crypto feels like software. And when something feels like software, it's natural to assume the danger is a software flaw. But crypto is also something else. It's a system of recorded permission. Once an action is authorized correctly, the system treats it as real, even if you regret it a second later. That design is part of what makes crypto powerful, but it's also what makes the human layer so important. So the most useful shift isn't becoming more paranoid. It's getting a clearer picture of what the system actually recognizes and what kinds of mistakes it will treat as perfectly valid. In earlier videos, we talked about how crypto ownership works. The key idea is that the network doesn't know who you are. It doesn't know your intent. It doesn't know whether you were confused or pressured. What it does know is whether something was authorized properly. If the correct secret information is used, the system treats the action as legitimate. This is why getting hacked is often a misleading phrase. It makes it sound like the system was breached. But many of the most painful losses happen without any breach at all. The system did exactly what it was designed to do. It accepted a valid instruction. So the question that matters isn't, can someone break the vault? The question is, can someone convince me to hand over the combination or to sign something I don't understand? Once you see it that way, the risk gets less mysterious. It stops being an invisible super hacker problem and starts being a decision-making problem. A calm way to understand many crypto scams is this. The scammer isn't trying to break into your wallet. They're trying to get you to authorize something that makes them the new owner or gives them access that looks legitimate to the system. That's why so many scams don't feel like an attack while they're happening. They feel like a support interaction, a verification step, a security check, a normal process to protect your account. The most common move is to borrow trust. The message looks official. The website looks familiar. The person sounds confident. They use the right words. They mirror the tone you've seen from real platforms. And then they ask for one thing that the system treats as absolute: a recovery phrase, a code, a signature, a connection approval, something that feels small but carries total authority. In crypto, that authority isn't symbolic. It's functional. If you give it away, the system doesn't see a victim and a thief. It sees a valid instruction being carried out. One reason these scams work is not because people are careless. It's because urgency changes how the brain behaves. When something feels time-sensitive, people stop verifying and start complying. They move from understanding to completing. They aim for relief, not clarity. In normal life, that instinct can be helpful. If a bank calls about fraud, acting quickly might protect you. If a service warns you about suspicious access, speed might seem like security. Crypto doesn't reward that instinct the same way. Crypto systems don't have a human layer that reviews intent afterward. They don't pause because you were pressured. They don't reverse because you were tricked. So the danger isn't just the scam itself. The danger is that crypto looks like an app, and the app experience trains you to believe there is a safety net behind the screen. If you're new, it's important to treat urgency as information, not information about the market or about your account, but information about the quality of the situation. Real security rarely requires panic. If you want a simpler way to think about crypto safety, focus on the moments where irreversible authority changes hands. One moment is when someone asks for your recovery phrase. This is often called a seed phrase. It's the set of words that can recreate your wallet access from scratch. If someone has it, they don't need your phone. They don't need your password. They can rebuild your access somewhere else and move assets as if they were you. Another moment is when you are asked to connect a wallet to a website or app. Connecting can be legitimate, but it can also be a doorway. The important part is not the connection itself. The important part is what you are approving after that connection. A third moment is when you are asked to sign something you don't recognize. In crypto, signing is not like signing a receipt. It can be authorizing a transaction, granting permissions, or approving future movement. The system treats a correct signature as consent, even if you didn't understand the request. What makes these moments difficult is that they often look harmless. They look like setup steps. They look like confirmations. They look like routine. A calmer way to navigate them is to assume the opposite. If the action is about keys, phrases, signing, or permissions, treat it as a serious threshold. Not scary, just significant. Most people don't need a complex security system to be safer in crypto. They need a calmer rhythm. The first part of that rhythm is slowing down when something tries to speed you up. If you feel rushed, that feeling is not a signal that you should hurry. It's a signal that you should pause. The second part is controlling the direction of trust. Instead of trusting messages that come to you, you initiate the path yourself. You go to the platform through a bookmark you already saved. You use the official route you already know. You don't follow a link because it arrived at a stressful moment. The third part is separating looks real from is real. In crypto, a scam often succeeds because it resembles the real thing closely enough to pass a quick glance. The goal isn't becoming suspicious of everything. The goal is recognizing that familiar design is not proof of authenticity. And the fourth part is accepting a simple truth that makes crypto less stressful over time. In this system, you don't get safety from confidence. You get safety from habits. When your habits are calm, verification becomes normal. When verification becomes normal, urgency loses power. And when urgency loses power, a lot of scams stop working. So if you take one idea from this video, let it be this. Crypto security is not mainly about defending against a genius attacker breaking the system. It's about protecting the moments where the system accepts your authorization as final. Your wallet is not likely to be hacked in the movie sense, but you can be guided into giving away the exact proof the system treats as absolute. That doesn't mean crypto is hostile. It means crypto is literal. It enforces rules without interpretation. And once you understand that, the right goal becomes clearer. The goal is not fear. The goal is a mental model that matches how the system behaves. Slow down around urgency. Treat keys and approvals as thresholds. And remember that in crypto, the most important security layer is often the one that holds the device and makes the decision. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Everything on this channel is about understanding how crypto actually works. Not price predictions or hype, but the systems, rules, and shared records that make crypto function under the hood. When you understand how the crypto system is built, it becomes much easier to judge the claims, headlines, and narratives around it. That foundation is what we'll keep building in the next video. This content is for education only, not investment advice, and thanks for watching.